welcome to a new video. Today it's about Snow White and not this one, but this one. I won't talk too much, grab yourself a snack, something to drink, get comfortable, and let's dive in. And Disney's Snow White is from this year, from 2025. It has a running time of about 109 minutes. Directed by Mark Webb, music was produced by Benji Pasek, Justin Paul, and Jeff Morrow. The duo Benji Pasek and Justin Paul also worked the soundtrack for The Greatest Showman. And La La Land. The film is about Snow White. She is born during a snowstorm. Her mother dies early, so the king remarries. The new queen is vain and evil. She sends the king to war and he doesn't return. Snow White is demoted to a kitchen maid. A huntsman is ordered to kill Snow White, but he spares her. She escapes into the forest to the 7 magical creatures. Snow White and the bandit Jonathan fall in love and fight the queen together. The queen poisons Snow White with an apple. Jonathan saves her with a kiss. Snow White and her allies overthrow the queen. The queen turns into glass and vanishes. Snow White becomes queen. As confusing as it sounded, that's how confusing it was.
Nice.
Visually, the film is mixed. We do have good shots. Mandy Walker did a good job there, but the CGI looked very artificial and almost disturbing. The animals were cute, but very cartoonish. They didn't look like real animals, and Disney can make animals look real. See the Lion King remake. The dwarves, magical creatures, looked creepy, almost disturbing. There's nothing cute about them, maybe Duppy, but that's about it. They had no distinct personalities and no character development except for Duppy, but we'll get to him later. The soundtrack isn't really memorable. Maybe the song Waiting on a Wish. But that's not a Snow White song for me. It doesn't fit the scene or the film at all. It sounds more like something from Wish.
My legs are shaking, but my head's held high the way you always taught me to.
The duet Hand Meets a Hand is a self-love song.
And maybe it might have a little something to do with you.
Although, to be fair, it fits the love story. We do have a song by the Evil Queen. There are more songs, but we'll talk about those in the next video, especially compared to the songs from the animated one. These were truly new songs. We could talk about the song and the problems, but I really don't want to.
Well, that sounds an awful lot like princess problems.
Zegler plays Snow White and tries to portray her as a modern heroine, but completely misses the mark. Her character remains flat.
I believe you're looking for me.
There's no development, there's nothing at all. As for Gadot, who plays the Evil Queen, it comes off as exaggerated and not believable. In my notes, the first thing I wrote under things I didn't like was Gadot's acting skills, but overall, neither of them delivered a good performance.
Are you against me too? Are you? Yes or no?
So, we reached my favorite part, my favorite moments, and I honestly only found 3 moments that I liked. So let's start at the beginning. I liked that they included the fairy tale book. Then there was just one scene, one moment that made me smirk.
Remove his coat and boots and bind him to the gates to freeze.
You know, is the dungeon still an option?
Take him away!
And I liked that part because that's when the movie was over. Let's go to the criticism, and somehow I actually excited for this. Maybe because I have 1.5 page of notes. I've already mentioned few things, so I want myself. Some things I'll save for the next video, but still there's the credit few. So let's start with the scene. It reminded me of Mirror Mirror.
More taxes?
Now I have a question about the plot. People see Snow White until she's about 13, 14 years old. Almost all men become soldiers of the queen. The next shot we see Snow White looking about 17, 18 years old. And then we hear this.
As the years passed, the people nearly forgot there ever was a princess named Snow White.
So in those 4, 5, 6 years, the entire kingdom just forgot about Snow White, about their princess. And the best part is they reshoot new scenes after the backlash. And you can clearly tell from Rachel's hair. And then in a new scene, we got this line.
Snow White hasn't been seen or heard from in many years. I doubt she'll be of any help to anyone.
Then we get a Mirror Mirror Robin Hood mash up.
No, Your Majesty, not one of the bandits. I'm the boss.
Nice.
I get it, they wanted a different approach to the whole mirror thing, but first of all, it makes no sense. How can Snow White be the fairest just because she had one person? And second, in the age of social media, changing the meaning of a story that's supposed to be about more than appearance, it's honestly one of the dumbest decisions they could have made. Another really dumb decision, trying to justify why Dobby doesn't talk, and here it's because he was bullied. Bring up such an important topic in a side plot with throwaway solution. Dobby doesn't speak because he's scared.
Are you afraid to speak?
So the solution, whistling.
Even when I'm afraid to speak, I whistle, because when you whistle, it's your heart singing.
When he whistles, everyone is suddenly amazed and supportive.
What's that divine and ravishing noise?
Same when he starts talking.
We're not afraid.
But not speaking out of fear can be a result of trauma, and they've been alive for like 250 years.
274.
So something must have happened, and based on how the others acted, I'm pretty sure it's their fault. What bothers me most is Snow White does nothing, she just watches. You want to be fearless, brave, fair, but you're not those things just because you say them. The whole movie, she just said the words. She said she wants to be here like her father told her to be. I tricked her often. She says father.
Father, 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 father.
They didn't want a love story because it's not empowering enough, and so they changed it after the backlash, and as a result there is no chemistry. It felt forced, and honestly I wouldn't want to shoot romance scenes either with the things Rachel said about Andrew Burnap.
Or, all of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows?
What also wasn't empowering, how Snow White claimed her kingdom. She just walked in and everyone was like, oh right, we have a princess. She doesn't say anything, not even after the Eva's Queen speech. Do you know when the soldiers sided with her? When she remembered their names.
Paul, you were a farmer.
Literally like Aladdin, only worse.
You were just a boy when your father came to work the ground, but you have risen up to become our most trusted soldier. As a man, I know you to be both loyal and just.
What do you do when everyone is against you? You ask the magic mirror for advice and then smash it because it answered Snow White for some reason. I think I could say a lot more. The thing with reviews of live adaptations is I don't know how much I can say without directly comparing to an animated film. I hope I've summarized everything well enough so you have an idea of a movie, whether you've seen it or not. Even if some parts were confusing, that's just how the film is. You can tell which scenes were newly made. You can tell they didn't really want to do it, otherwise they would have remade the entire film with new actors and everything, or they would have said we're not releasing it. The film is a mix of animated movie, Mirror Mirror, Robin Hood, and political agenda. They tried to show Snow White as a young, strong woman, feminist character girls could look up to.
And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
What we got was a character with no personality of her own. Dobby had more character. The script was written by Greta Gerwig, who also wrote Barbie, which wasn't really good either, except for the monologue.
You have to answer for men's bad behavior, which is insane, but if you point that out, you're accused of complaining.
The whole movie is a disaster. I was even sometimes on the evil queen side. That's why it only gets 0 out of 5 stars. And same goes for the music. The movie was torture, 30 minutes, felt like 3 hours, and that's what the rating looks like too. The movie proves again that Disney forgets Walt, and I hope that changes in the next years. At the end of 2026, Bob Iger is supposed to leave Disney, so I hope the successor will be better, or maybe it will be me. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed it. The movie was just terrible and they should have just burned it. After watching the film, I thought a lot about it, especially Duppy's plot. So I appreciate a like, especially if you liked it. Even if not, please be nice to me today. And subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any video. Also check out my Insta, I'm somewhat active there. Until next time, ciao.
Lame.
The toothpick wants to come.
I think it's time to let him go. Okay, honey?
Okay.